Welcome to Author Transformation Stories. In this segment, we talk to various authors who joined our community called Author Freedom Hub, where we write, publish, and market our books. So today in this segment, we have someone special. His name is Vishal Gupta. He has been in the show earlier also as a bestseller club series interview. And he's a lawyer from Mumbai. He's an engineer turned criminal lawyer, and he's now author of 6 books into different fields. And he's someone who is taking marketing seriously and getting some results also. So welcome Vishal to the show.
Thank you, Som. It's always a pleasure to be on your show. It's an honor and privilege. Thank you.
Pleasure. I remember you came 1 year back on this show, and at that point of time, you published your second book or first book in the community as compared to the previous book which you done through traditional publisher. So how is the journey so far? Just tell us a brief introduction of yourself. I just told one aspect of your life as your qualification, but I believe you are into multifaceted personality. So talk about who you are to the audience, and then we'll get into your journey.
So all of us have a book within us.
Mm.
I have not met a person who said that he doesn't want to write a book. So even I had, I believe that I also had many books within me which I wanted to write and share.
Mm.
And I did write one. It took me 5 years. From 2014 to 2019. And after 5 years of writing and going through many publishers, and it was a very harrowing experience. It was a terrible experience, I would say. And I had decided, in fact, that after that experience, I might stop writing. I did stop writing for a year. The marketing of the book was a different ballgame. I don't think I've got any royalty from the publisher after giving it to him. I've not got any information, in fact, whether the book sold, didn't sell, whatever. But then, sometimes God has his own beautiful ways of guiding. One day, I think I was searching for something, and I suddenly saw this gentleman. I'm sure you've heard of him. His name is Bathla. And he suddenly appeared in one Instagram advertisement and said, "You want to write a book in 30 days and publish and all that." So I usually go on my intuition and hunch, because there are a lot of ads like that on Instagram. You want to write in 5 days, 60 days, 30 days. But I don't know, there was some genuinity about the way you spoke, and there was a confidence in your voice. And I said, let me try. And that's how I joined, I believe, in July of 2020, the AFH community. And to be very frank, initially, I thought that maybe, I don't know, you were new, and I said, let's see. But your weekly meetings helped a lot. And I was able to publish my first book October 5th. So July, August, September, in 2.5 months,
wow,
I was able to publish my second book and publish it directly on KDP, Amazon.
Without any publisher?
Without any publisher. And this book, I have got more than, I think now, $8,000-9,000 sale.
Really?
Yeah,
awesome.
In 1 year. And all the money has come to my bank accounts.
Wonderful.
So there is no one.
How many copies you sold of this book?
More than 5,000.
Awesome.
This just the single book. Of course, now, as you know, I shared with you that this is now on Amazon.in. This is showing with the Dale Carnegie books as a frequently bought together, which for me is a very big thing, because I grew up on Dale Carnegie books. How to start, how to win friends and influence people, and how to start living and stop worrying. And as you know, Dale Carnegie books are #1 in the world. After the Holy Bible, the number of books which have sold, Dale Carnegie is on the top.
Yes.
So this this credit goes to you, Som.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And this is so
in
that
fact, credit goes to your commitment, dedication, and seriously taking on this journey of entrepreneurship. Because many people just write one book and then say that, oh, it's not moving and all. But you have been able to write and publish 6 books, right?
Yes, and then the next, because COVID was continuing, there was a brief time for 2 months. The whole country opened up. I remember Jan, Feb, March. I got busy with my law work again. But again, due to divine intervention, again it closed down. And that's when I wrote my second book, third book, fourth book,
Atraxia. Yes.
Fifth book.
Gia. Wonderful.
So all these I wrote in 125 days. I've
4 books
also
in 120 days.
no, there's one more book called Crying Baby. I don't have a copy of that because
Okay.
that I've given for local printing.
Mm-hmm.
But so Crying Baby, watching hen on which is
Mm-hmm.
on a very good meditation practice.
Awesome.
So the 125 days I wrote 5 books. In fact, I've
Average
sent
is
my
like 25 days per book.
yeah. In fact, I've sent my
So you watched the advertisement, write a book in 30 days, and you implemented that, wrote a book in 25 days.
uh,
Awesome. I mean,
but
doing something for a series, for consistency, that is something which is very important, which many people don't follow. And I believe that is the reason for your consistent writing and success in that, right?
well, I would like humbly like to say that I don't take the credit for success because I believe that we are all mediums and God writes through us.
Yes.
So I would just like to say that I'm thankful that I've been selected to write these beautiful books
Awesome.
which have come to me, and I'm just happy about that. And to get the right guidance, right guru, you know, getting the right guru and the guru getting the right student, both are important. I got you as the right guru,
Thank you.
so I really appreciate that.
Well, from an engineer to a criminal lawyer, then writing books about this versatile topics. Who is Vishal Gupta? What do you have? What do you have in mind in terms of your journey of life? Talk about like
Number
your journey from starting, and then a little bit briefly about what you are up to right now.
the only way you can live life is when you suffer. So I've been through a lot of suffering, and I would like to say that I was born in an well-to-do upper middle class family. I stay in one of the most expensive areas in India. I went to one of the most famous schools possible, but after having every possible thing which man can buy, I was still not very happy, and still there was a void within me. And the best thing that happened to me, best, was suffering, because suffering gives you, someone has said, somebody asked a question that, why do you keep talking about suffering to one wise man? So the wise man said, I've never seen a man awaken in comfort. The point being that suffering matures a person. Suffering gives you a different dimension to your personality. And God has been kind enough to give me a lot of suffering and good phases also, both. But the sufferings were the best phase because they taught me a lot of things about life, about myself, self-discovery. If I wouldn't have suffered, I would have been a completely different human being. So because of my suffering, I started to live life on a second to second basis, moment to moment basis. I started living life as if today is the last day of my life. And the fear of death disappeared. Even today, I keep telling people that I'm going to enjoy my death. So once fear of death disappears, I think a lot of fears disappear. And I'm serious about this because fear. I just do things now without thinking of failure and these things. Failure is a part of success. In fact, I don't want to bore you, but I want to tell you one poem I wrote on failure. It's when I was 19, 20.
What?
It's a two. It's and they just came out spontaneously within me. हारना भी एक तरह का जीतना है, एक तरह का अनुभव है, एक तरह का सीखना है. हारे बिना जीतने का मजा नहीं आता है, और हर हार दूसरी बार जीतने की आशा लाता है.
क्या बात है. Wonderful.
All the plus points of failure and losing. So I had that for many years in my pocket, and that has given me the because many people don't start things due to fear of failure. For me, either you win or either you learn.
Absolutely. Yes.
Failure is and I'm so I just do everything. So I'm very good. I do astrology. I do cooking. I'm a certified Cisco network engineer, Microsoft certified engineer.
Right.
I'm into alternate healing, magnified healer. I'm into Ayurveda, naturopathy. So there are different photography. So I am living
lifelong learner.
I'm a lifelong student, lifelong learner, and I'm living life to the fullest. मतलब मैं पूरे life को निचोड़ रहा हूँ and death tak ye main karte rahunga. Nothing can stop me
Awesome.
now.
Awesome.
So
Some people
one
do.
of the things was writing. So that also I took the risk, and here we are.
Awesome. There is one wonderful saying that some people do one thing the whole life, and some people do so many things in one single life, and you are one of those. Wonderful. So you have been able to sell how many copies so far? You said few thousands.
This one book, the first book is 5,000 plus. Overall, maybe around 7 to 8,000, because the other 5 books are just recent, the last 2-3 months. But even they are doing quite well.
Let me ask you, with a publisher, you were not able to sell and you did not even have an idea about what happened to the sales. And with your own self-publishing and own marketing, you've been able to sell 7 to 8,000 copies of entire book of yours, and you are consistent on the writing journey. So how do you sell the books? What happened? What kind of learnings you have in terms of marketing the books? So how do you sell so that people understand that if anybody who's self-publishing, they don't need to worry about going to publishers for they're selling their books.
See, with the advent of internet, everything has changed. The way you do everything has changed. Talk, walk, sell. Middlemen out. So you have to get into the new ways of doing things. Just imagine maybe 20, 25 years ago, you could not even imagine somebody buying your book in Peru, Brazil, South America. And last week I sold a book in Guatemala, which is between North America and South America. I had to actually open up the map and see where Guatemala is there, because I'd not heard of it as such. Angola, I had to open up the map and see. So now a person sitting in a 2x2 space with a laptop can reach the world, entire world. He has the whole world. There was a song, I have the whole, whole world in your hand. That song is now actually true. You have the whole world now in your hand, your mouse and your keyboard.
Yes, whole world in hand.
Whole world in the hand. And all you require is 2x2 feet. And you require an idea or something to, which you feel you can contribute to people. So the first most important thing is finding out problems or gaps which people, want to know or read about or they're suffering from. Because if you're able to solve people's problems, then you have a product.
Right.
So my product, therefore, are books in this case, which are solving problems. And that's how I think, since you asked me, how do you think or how do you go about marketing or how you do? So my thing is very clear that people will buy books or buy anything if you're solving their problem.
Yes. But problem is getting visible, right?
Yeah.
Unless you are visible, people won't be able to buy your book. So how do you make yourself visible? How do people come to know that your books are there? What kind of strategies of marketing you do? And I know you learned a lot of stuff from our course material, but yes, tell the audience if they want to sell their books, is it possible for someone who is starting out and as an author, they can too sell a book like you?
So the second idea is passive selling. If you want to in the future, even if you work 8 hours, it may not be enough, because your waking hours, 8 hours of working may get you money, but may not get you enough money to do things which you like to do of financial independence.
Yes.
So I believe in doing things where when you sleep at 10 o'clock at night and wake up at 6 in the morning, 8 hours afterwards, you've made some money. And that is what is happening in my case now. That when I wake up in the morning, I've sold 10, 15 books and $5 per book, American market, Australian market, UK market. And I've woken up, making already having made some money. Even before waking up, I've made some money.
Correct.
So that has been the thing. So the best platform to do this has been AMS, the Amazon marketing services to sell. But that also requires a lot of dedication, consistency. Anything which we do, whether it's play cricket or whether it's study or learn, everything requires two things. One is consistency, and the other is going deep and understanding the way it works. Because you understand, but if you're not consistent, it won't work. If you're consistent, if you don't understand the strategies, it won't work. So the strategy has been to go deep, understand, give time to marketing, and then be consistent about it.
So you were like totally new to these marketing things, which is Amazon ads, BookBub ads, and doing this stuff before you joined in. So how did you learn so fast, and what kind of things you learned in the course material? Just talk about that.
So the way I learn is, I have different, as an engineer, when we do engineering, one of the good things is that even though the engineering itself may not come to use sometimes, but the way you think starts improving, the
Mm,
way you categorize work, break up a work into different parts.
mm,
So I have a book on everything I do. I have a book on AMS, book on book pub journals. I keep notes.
mm,
So that's how I started. I was completely new, so I saw videos on YouTube. I saw videos on our community which you've put up, and then slowly I started experimenting. I started investing in marketing.
mm.
Investing means that investing means that even though initially you will not be making money, you start putting in
Making
money.
mistakes, some mistakes.
Yeah, because you want to learn something,
Yep,
and that is an investment, not a expense. So I started
absolutely. Yes.
investing into my knowledge of the space,
Mm,
and
right,
slowly, I became better at understanding the system on Amazon and the way things work.
right. Wonderful. Great. So the whole experience must be definitely wonderful for you because you are consistently doing that. And what is the plan for you right now in terms of writing the books? How many books you want to write? What's the plan?
Totally 20 books is definitely there. 20 books
Mm, mm,
are there on the cards,
mm,
and right now I'm six down, but
mm.
another 3 4 are on the anvil, and
Okay.
I'm sure I'll be every month and a half I'll be able to publish one
Mm.
and go to 20 at least.
Awesome. Awesome. So someone who is thinking of writing a book but worried about how to write, how to publish, how to market, can you talk to that person and clear this person's doubt as to why why he's thinking unnecessarily and he can just get started? Talk to that person about your experience and so that he could learn from you.
So writing a book and then marketing is a marathon.
Mm,
It's not a sprint.
mm,
What by marathon I mean to say that there are some people now with this Maggie 2 minute noodle
mm.
and instant gratification, instant coffee.
Yes.
People want everything instant,
Yes.
but a baby is still going to take 9 months to for birth. It's still going to take 3 months or 9 months for the range to come back again. So certain things of law are not going to change. You can't
Yes.
hurry them up.
Correct.
So I always believe that one needs to be patient and work towards their goal,
Mm,
but realistic goal. So the first thing is that you can't that you need to write more books. One is not
mm.
enough.
Yes.
At least 3 books, but I would say start with 5 if possible. So the first has to be focus on the book writing,
Mm,
and even the book writing, like I said, has to be with a target of what people are looking for, what people want.
mm.
Because you shouldn't write books because you like it, but if you like it in writing, that's fine. But if you want people to read and you want to sell them and market them, then you need to write what people want to read, or that's very important.
You want your book to other on the other people's shelf, not on yours only.
Absolutely. And and after that, then you have to start thinking of making a brand.
Mm,
Now I'll give you an example of what I mean to say a brand.
mm,
After finishing my 5 books, when I started going out, or I started people started realizing,
mm,
the first thing they saw that I'm not an accidental writer author.
mm, mm,
With one book, accidental author,
mm.
but with 5 books, you can't be that.
Yes.
So the respect came that yes, now there seems to be some seriousness about the writing
Mm,
part.
mm.
Second is that all the money which I was investing, even though the returns slowly start trickling in, because we are unknown people.
Yes.
We're not stars or superstars who write a book and because of our star brand image, people start buying. So we have
Absolutely.
to be
Yes.
realistic that we are here for the long haul. It's like a
Mm,
investment in a blue chip company, which will take 5 years, 10 years. It will take to mature and do that. But being more realistically, at least we have to give 12 months to 24 months for the marketing phase to kind of start, take off, and for things to start happening.
mm.
And there are many ways of making money. One, getting money or getting royalty. One is, of course, the AMS platform.
Yeah.
The other way is selling rights on PubMatch, the websites where you can sell your rights.
Mm,
Third is, because of your book writing, you start getting more work in your real work, like as a lawyer,
Hmm.
I have got much more work because of my book writing. Because when I
Okay.
present my book to other lawyers or other people, even my clients, they are very happy to be dealing with a lawyer who's writing books.
And you're talking about learn to win arguments. So basically, it's your field work and how to involve psychology into that and win the arguments. So that way, it will be liked by people.
No, and I also get training. Like so, I'll give two more examples of how I earned money
Okay.
through my books. One was I'll give you this Chinese company had approached me
Hmm.
in January, February,
Hmm.
before COVID.
Hmm.
They had given some the N95 masks to some Indian company, and there was some problem and everything.
Hmm.
This was before the India-China standoff and everything.
Hmm.
And I remember they worked through Hong Kong, so the Hong Kong office called up,
Hmm.
and then they wanted to know who I was. So the person who was in the middle dealing, the Indian person, he said that he knows me and I'm a lawyer and everything, but they were still a little skeptical.
Hmm.
So they said, no, do you have something else to show that you're a genuine person? Because they were a little skeptical while dealing with
Hmm.
some Indian people. They had been cheated,
Hmm.
unfortunately. So I showed them. I sent them the link to my book that time, to my first book called Happiness
Hmm.
Bank.
Hmm.
And once they saw the link on Amazon, no questions asked.
Yeah.
And I remember getting paid 1.5 lakh rupees for the job.
Awesome. Awesome.
So that job
Indirect
I got
indirect benefits.
indirect benefits. I remember I just got another case, a divorce case,
Hmm.
where after the meeting, he asked me that, sir, we were searching for you,
Hmm.
your name, and your name popped up on Google as an author, and we just clicked and so do you write books? I said yes, but how do you know? So he said no, we were just doing some they were coming to meet me the next day, so they were doing a little bit fact
Research
finding
on that.
about me, research
Hmm.
on me.
Hmm.
So that also came to me. So now these
Hmm.
all indirect way money is coming. Then one company is hiring me for training them on negotiation and arguments and how to talk because
Hmm.
of the book.
Hmm.
So now these are not things which are happening directly but indirectly.
Yes.
So this is also my earnings, uh,
Absolutely. Yes.
and the number of people I'm getting to meet, which for example, so many people after reading my book write to me.
Hmm.
So now I have friends all over India and all over the world,
Hmm.
because somebody is writing to me from UK, somebody's writing to me from Kerala,
Yeah.
and so this is also a big return, because somebody sending you gift, somebody saying, my life is changed, and so many things have happened.
Yes, returns can not only be in the form of money. It could be like respect, credibility, the kind
Yeah.
of business you're getting out of that. Because in our community, many people join for different reasons. Like some people join solely for the purpose of boosting their brand because they are struggling with publisher. They're not able to get find publishers.
Yeah.
So the idea is to publish themselves and they could boost their brands. And some people join for generating a side passive income. I was able
Right.
to, make my livelihood out of the books even after like 6 to 9 months of putting my job as a full-time livelihood. And right now I've sold 1 lakh plus copies and audiobooks also being sold. So I think things are possible. It might happen slow, fast, depending upon what kind of commitment the person has. But the people like you who are already into a particular field, you are already getting benefited in that field by writing a book. That is something which is credible.
Right.
Awesome.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. So wonderful discussions going on, Vishal. So let's talk about something. You covered about your book marketing skills you learned, and you
Right.
covered about how it is generating some kind of additional stuff for you. So let's talk about how writing a book has given some kind of has it given some kind of personal transformation to you inside you when
Lot of
you
transformation. Lot of transformation.
go ahead.
Lots. In fact, I'm a different person only because when you start writing books, you do more research.
Hmm.
All my books are a reflection of my experiences.
Hmm.
Each and every book. That's what makes my book unique, and that's what one of the reasons I believe it's doing very well.
Hmm.
Because sometimes people just cut copy paste from other books and they write on theory. That's not me. So whenever you write a book, and whenever I've been writing a book, the journey of that 1 month,
Hmm.
you have to do soul searching. You have to talk to yourself. You have to revisit those areas. Like I wrote a book, High on Life on Depression.
Hmm.
I had to again revisit my whole life of what
Hmm.
happened that time. Even though it's
Right.
a faint memory today,
Hmm.
but I had to, and all the things I did that time. So
Awesome.
again, it introduced me to those methods I did in those days, and uh, so lots and lots have changed. I wrote this book Gia for my daughter, 18 on her 18th birthday.
Hmm.
So just imagine all my feelings for my daughter
Yes.
and my advice for my daughter. So just writing it changed me. Every time you write something, it could be for somebody else also, but in a way, you are also writing to yourself. In a way, it is also a self conversation.
Wonderful.
And in a way, it's not in a way, it is a reflection of your personality, your thoughts, your character, your nature,
Absolutely.
and your sensibility, your understanding of life. So it changes you.
Absolutely, yes. See, if someone is just an accidental writer, like writing one book, that's a different story. But if someone is writing consistently books, so nobody can write books on something unless he's not passionate about that subject. So when you're writing books and you're writing like planning to write 20 books, I continued till 22 books because I looked at what all areas I love to research about, and really writing a book requires a lot of reading, and that reading exploration is something you know it already that you'll be you'll be paid for.
Let's say writing a book is like making a baby. It
Mm,
requires everything. It requires passion. It requires
ah,
commitment.
absolutely.
It requires pains. The labor
Yeah,
pains, labor
absolutely.
pains.
Yes.
So if you
Mm,
give that analogy,
mm.
everything that you do for having a baby, you do the same thing for writing a book.
Wonderful,
And
wonderful.
then you require luck. I mean, sometimes things don't go right. Here you
Yeah.
require luck in the end that things fall into place.
Mm,
Otherwise, sometimes there are family things, commitments. People are unable to finish their book.
mm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you require that element of luck also. You require element of support from family members.
Mm.
Support of family members is 50% of writing a book, according to me.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. In fact, I'm really thankful to my family, my wife, who is supporting me in this journey because, leaving a corporate job of 17 years and getting into this full time, and this requires a lot of courage, first of all. And then one, because, journeys, as you rightly said, I always remember this quote: things don't happen to me, things happen for me. We always can connect the dot from going backward. But Rumi is once said very wonderfully that your heart has to break out many, many times before it opens up. So
Absolutely.
yes, all that stuff really matters. And it was great to have you on the show, Vishal. We talked about your journey of life from engineer to lawyer to author. You're selling 7,000 plus copies, right?
Absolutely. All
Seven.
all all six books, yes, 7,000 plus, and the first book 5,000 plus.
Wonderful, wonderful. And how much royalty you generated so far?
Now I'm touching $11,000.
$11,000. Wonderful.
Yeah.
So yes, I mean, this is wonderful journey in terms of
Also, I would like to just add this that there was one belief which I was proved wrong,
yeah.
and I must mention this because I was wrong here. I didn't think India was a big market. I thought that only US, UK,
Hmm.
and the Western countries will be a market.
Yes.
And one of the AFH community colleagues of mine, he said, no, 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 Vishal, India is also a good market.
Hmm.
And I said, India mein kahan padenge log? I said, no, yaar, I don't think it's happening and
Hmm.
everything.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I'll tell you something, India rocks.
Hmm. Awesome.
India rocks. And
How many books you sold in India?
I'm touching 800 in the
Okay.
last few
Okay.
months.
Yeah.
And paperbacks these are. And believe me, these are very, very good numbers for
Hmm.
paperbacks
Awesome.
to my publishers. And I'm very surprised, but I must tell you, for those people who are Indian authors, that we have such a wonderful market, and our middle class is larger than the entire population of the United States.
Hmm.
And the beauty about India is that people spend money on education.
Hmm. Hmm.
People spend money on books. If for Diwali, if you give sweets, people may give it sometimes to their watchmen or to their servants if they're not
Hmm.
eating because of diabetes and everything.
Yeah.
Some people may not even eat. They may throw it away because there's so much sweets in the house. Three people, two people, and 20 people sent you sweets. You don't know what to do.
Hmm.
But nobody throws books.
Yeah.
In
Yes.
India,
And
nobody throws books in India.
nobody throws. Yeah. In fact, books is like a visiting card, improved visiting card. People throw visiting card, but they can't throw the books. And book is lying in your library, and people look at that and they remember you always.
So my message, I mean, I'm just saying this because this is one point I wanted to say, is for all the authors that please advertise for Indian market very much.
Also,
It's very
also.
much also is very much there, and Indian people buy, and Indian people love you, and in fact, Indian people will write to you, contact you. My myth was
Hmm.
busted. I was completely wrong. And then I changed my strategy, and I'm really enjoying the journey now.
Let me tell you my experience about about this coaching program for India. I used to think that India is not a buying market for this kind of product. Like I do this, like now I have like close to 2,000 member in the community, and I believe it, I did my first course. I sold only to US market. It didn't do well, but when I started in India, people like you, amazing people, started joining in. And yes, India is a good market for the provided the the way how to market them, how to reach them, because you have a better connect with Indian people. Because I mean, we are Indian people, we can connect better with India, right? Wonderful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wonderful.
So before I go, I want to say Jai Hind.
Still I'm asking
I
your
love. Okay, 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 okay,
I'm still here.
okay.
So thank you so much, Vishal, for your whole journey from starting your professional journey, and all talking about your book writing journey and your marketing and personal side also. So let me talk to the audience for a moment. Audience, if you're watching this interview so far, I know you are someone, either you want to write a book or you're someone who want to precisely know more about Vishal Gupta's book. So if you're someone who want to write book, then you must have got definitely a lot of ideas from Vishal as to how he was writing, publishing, and selling. So I invite you to watch a training below this video. There is a link down there. So check this out, and you'll be able to look at what kind of programs I have and as an author freedom of community, and you can join the bandwagon. And if you're someone who want to explore Vishal Gupta's books as to what he's writing in these books, which is able to sell 7,000 plus copies and make $11,000 plus royalty by selling the books, then links to all the books of Vishal Gupta will be down below the video. So you can
Absolutely.
go check it out. Yes, he's showing it.
Jia, High on Life, Kefi, and Ataraxia.
Yes,
All
he's
different topics.
yes, very creative in selecting the names as well. The last one is Crying Hen.
Crying Baby Watching Hen.
Crying Baby Watching Hen. Wonderful, wonderful. So all the links will be pasted down the below video. So now, Vishal, over to you. Before I let you go, you have such a wonderful treasure of knowledge, experience of life with you. Talk to the audience for a few minutes, few moments about your parting piece of advice, and then we'll say bye-bye.
First of all, to all the AFH community, I love you. And I keep saying this, last 5 years, I have made it a habit to say I love you at least 5-6 times a day. So initially, my wife was a little shocked. Everybody was shocked because I love you. Is people, when they say I love you, it's not. If I say I hate you, no problem. And I love you, people have a problem because they take it. It's unheard of. It's unheard of. It's very surprising that a society somehow doesn't like to hear good things. But I want to say, I begin by saying I love you, AFH community. I love you, Som Bathla.
Thank you.
And and I'm here to help people in their journey in whatever way I can. Even though because of my writing, I have less time, but already many members I've been able to guide them, and it's been an honor to guide you. It's not that I'm doing you a favor. When I get an opportunity to help you, I feel blessed that God has given me an opportunity to help you. So to all the people who want some guidance, and if I have time, I will be sharing. I have already shared enough, but I would love to share more. For those who I not been able to share so much, I apologize. But please, write to me again, or when someone invites me for those weekly meetings, I would like to contribute. And third thing is, yes, that you can write books, you can sell books, you can make money, you can do all these things. It's possible. I've done it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And the course which Som has designed is a perfect course. The both the silver and the gold are perfect in the giving of the information. So that the jump start we get, where we would have wasted 1-2 years just figuring out which software, or how to start this, how to start, that's all taken care of. So we are now left with full time for our creativity and full time for our marketing, which otherwise we would have not had. So please take advantage of the course. Please take advantage of the weekly meetings. Please ask as many questions as possible. But the only thing is, before asking questions, read the material, see all the videos, that when you come to ask the question, you're asking relevant questions. You're not asking how much is 2 plus 2, because that basic thing everybody knows. So don't ask basic questions. Ask more difficult questions where you need a little hand holding.
Wonderful.
So thank you so much, the AFF community, for all the feedback, for all the help, for all the sharing of the information. I wish you all the best. And I wish that each one of you will make your dream come true of writing that one book, which gives us so much of satisfaction
Yes.
and makes our life meaningful. I'm sorry, I'll just take half a minute more. See, I'm a lawyer, so thoda main zyada bolta hu. You know, whenever I'm asked, you know, when the first time I was asked that what are the top 10 moments in your life, you know, I had to think. And that day I realized that that question was for me to, you know, introspect. Today, if you ask me top 10 moments, I'll give you 100 because I now live life. I create moments. So one of the creation of the moments when I'm, you know, I'm the deathbed, and when somebody asks me, तुमने जिंदगी में क्या किया, क्या तुमको याद है? So one of the moments was the launch of my first book on Amazon.
Awesome.
And when I opened that page and my book cover was there.
Yes.
That is one of the greatest, you know, moments I got to experience. And that you cannot compare it with other moments. The point I'm trying to say and inspire is that write books so that, you know, you can create that moment. Second thing, you become Amar. Amar is the Hindi word. You become
immortal.
You know, immortal, because even after I'm gone, my books will sell. My books
you
are
leave
going
a
to
legacy.
sell.
Yes.
You leave a legacy, Ben. And last but not the least is that remember that every year, you know, it's like for this book, every year, every month, every day, a few million more people become eligible to read. So the market, the ocean is so vast.
Absolutely, yes.
That you can't say that 100 people and 50 have bought, so only 50 people are remaining to buy this book. Every day, a few million people become eligible to buy the book.
Yes.
So it's infinite in a way. Theoretically, I mean, same thing. It just can go on and on and on.
Yes.
So you have
Great.
to be that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Vishal Gupta, for your time and sharing your knowledge, wisdom, experience to the audience. And I hope that watchers, you have got the benefit. Now take action. Click on the links below and get the
my
training.
Jai Hind is remaining up because that is that you don't have.
Yes. Now Jai Hind to the audience. Yes.
Jai Hind. We love India. We love you all.
Yes. We love India. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye. Love you.
Bye-bye.